Well, I think the Prime Minister is negotiating some of the toughest and most complex elements of the future of our country that we've seen since the Second World War. And what I would say to a number of my colleagues who are making noises off right now is let the woman do her job, let her deliver for the country.
Are you frustrated at the noises off?
I think with the benefit of distance, and obviously I'm based in Holyrood, which is 450 miles away from the House of Commons, like lots of people across the country, I'm looking through my fingers going, look, there's a really important job to do right now. The Prime Minister is applying herself. This is her duty to deliver for the country. Let her do it and let's get behind her as she does it.
At the election, you promised a strong bloc of Scottish MPs, a strong voice at Westminster, but when it comes to that block of 13, someone like the Brexiteer Ross Thompson just seems to laugh off your authority when it comes to Brexit.
Well, Ross was a leading member of the Leave movement in Scotland, and we've got to remember over 1 million people voted to leave in Scotland, despite none of the political leaders advocating that. So his views are well known. But in areas like, for example, ensuring that our fishermen get a good deal as we leave, Ross and I are completely at one, and that will deliver for his constituents in the northeast of Scotland, but it will also deliver for constituents right across the country because we have at least 8 or 9 onshore jobs for every offshore fishing job that exists, and of course for the Clyde fishermen and those down in the Solway in the west and southwest as well. So, you know, don't, just because we disagree in some areas of policy, don't think that we're not all committed to delivering for our country.
So just looking at your own personal future, actually, will you fight the 2021 Scottish election or will you be off to Westminster? I'm looking for a definitive answer here to end all the speculation.
My job's here in Scotland. I want to retain my seat in Edinburgh Central in 2021. I want to be the next First Minister of Scotland, the first Conservative First Minister of Scotland. That's always been my aim, and that's what I always answer. I don't know why exactly I keep being asked, but my job's here in Scotland. I've got another big job coming as well. I'm going to be a mum quite soon, but I'm going to be based here. I'm going to be taking on Nicola Sturgeon in 2021.
Now, the other element to this story, of course, is the Scottish Unionist Association Trust and donations to the Scottish Conservative Party. Have you received any money from the Trust, and do you think it's all above board?
Well, no individual receives money, so no candidate, has any money coming to them. What the Unionist Trust is a trust that's set up to support the party. It was started in the 1960s, about 10 years before I was born, from the sale of property that happened and was invested, and it donates either to local associations or it donates to the party in general. So in a sense, all candidates have benefited because there have been some donations that have gone to the Scottish Conservative Party, and some have gone to local associations to help either with a campaign manager or to help in a local campaign. I personally, none of the elections I've stood in has ever had a campaign manager that's been part funded by the Trust.